The all-new 11th generation Honda Civic's debut is an auspicious one, and not simply because it represents the arrival of a fresh torchbearer for one of the most visible and famous nameplates in automotive history. Honda's announcement of a forthcoming next-gen car late last year caught us off guard. We remain so enamored with the 10th generation Civic in all of its forms that its inevitable replacement didn't even cross our minds. That is, until the bronze-orange Honda Civic sedan prototype rolled in front of our cameras in November 2020. The prototype was just an appetizer. After recently spending some time in and around the production version of the new 2022 Honda Civic sedan, we're hyped for the Japanese automaker's new bread and butter compact. Really hyped. Nearly every complaint we had regarding the present Civic's exterior or interior design, and we only had a few, is addressed with the 2022 redesign, which also retains much of what we love about the outgoing car. The redesigned 2022 Honda Civic arrives with boxier styling and a new interior that adds quality from the base LX to the top-of-the-line Touring. The sedan now dips lower in the front and is more boxed off in the rear, not unlike some luxury sports sedans or four-door muscle cars on a smaller scale. The windshield and pillars have been pushed back by about 2 inches, leaving a long hood that makes the Civic look more stretched than it actually is. It has only grown by 1.4 inches in length, but looks like a midsize car from a distance. The lower mesh grille stretches wider and taller, and protrudes from under the familiar upper grille. The daytime running lights move from the bottom to the top of the headlight housings. Down the side, the low belt line tapers to meet a character line that rises through the rocker panels to meet at the rear wheels. Only the Sport model receives an exhaust tip. On the other trims they are hidden behind the rear bumper. The Civic is all new for 2022, with a redesigned body, updated interior, and, purportedly, better performance. Honda has released official info on the sedan, but we've only spied a prototype version of the hatchback variant so far. Although we expect the pricing of the 2022 Civic to be similar to that of the outgoing 2021 model, Honda hasn't released a full list of standard and optional features, so it's difficult to choose the one that represents the best value. In the past, we've been fans of the affordable Sport model, but depending on the car's available features, that could change. When we find out more about the Civic's packaging and pricing, we'll update this story with details. Honda calls this increased focus on minimalism the man maximum, machine minimum philosophy, or MM for short. You see it best with the new interior, a modern, unfussy space that owes much of its linear and airy design to the cheeky and adorable Honda E. Yes, lowercase, compact EVs sold outside of the US. Two of our favorite high points include the new thin-rimmed steering wheel design and the neato unbroken strip of hexagonal honeycomb grate stretching across the dash, elegantly hiding air vents behind its mesh. The trim lineup is the same as the outgoing Civics. It starts with the LX and moves up through Sport, X, and the range-topping Touring. Tech is one of the biggest areas of improvement for 2022. with the standard touchscreen infotainment enlarged from 5 to 7 inches, all with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Most of the impressive for the segment tech is locked behind the Touring trim, including the 9.0-inch infotainment display and Qi wireless device charging, alongside a premium Bose sound system and all-digital 10.2-inch LCD gauge cluster, both of them Civic firsts. And yes, every new Civic once again sports a physical knob for the volume and tuning controls. This car should drive as good as it looks too. We adore the current Civic's excellent chassis setup and segment leading sure-footedness regardless of trim configuration. The new offering looks like the 2022 Civic has simply turned up the volume on our favorite song, building on the 10th Gen's platform. Honda claims an 8% increase in torsional rigidity and a 13% increase in bending rigidity, complementing new low-friction ball joints on the front McPherson struts and front damper bearings. A new front subframe is both lighter and stiffer, and the rear track is widened by 0.5 inch for additional stability. Along with revised suspension damping in the front and rear, the electric steering is recalibrated for more responsiveness, according to Honda. So, expect the new car to drive even better, even if you stick with the base car. The all-new 11th generation Honda Civic's debut is an auspicious one, and not simply because it represents the arrival of a fresh torchbearer for one of the most visible and famous nameplates in automotive history. Honda's announcement of a forthcoming next-gen car late last year caught us off guard. We remain so enamored with the 10th generation Civic in all of its forms that its inevitable replacement didn't even cross our minds. That is, until the bronze-orange Honda Civic sedan prototype rolled in front of our cameras in November 2020. The prototype was just an appetizer. After recently spending some time in and around the production version of the new 2022 Honda Civic sedan, we're hyped for the Japanese automaker's new bread and butter compact. Really hyped. Nearly every complaint we had regarding the present Civic's exterior or interior design, and we only had a few, is addressed with the 2022 redesign, which also retains much of what we love about the outgoing car. A full complement of driver assistance features is standard across the board, and rear seat side airbags are included for the first time on a Civic. Honda has yet to detail the Civic's standard and optional equipment, but we do know the lineup includes LX, Sport, X, and Touring trim levels. The LX has 16-inch wheels with hubcaps, the Sport has 18-inch black wheels, the X has 17-inch wheels with black inserts, and the Touring has 18-inch wheels with gray inserts. 8 exterior colors will be available, including 3 new ones: Meteorite Gray Metallic, Sonic Gray Pearl, and Morning Mist Blue. We expect pricing to rise slightly along with the 2022 Civic's more upscale demeanor, so look for the LX to start around $23,000 and the Touring to crest the $30,000 mark. Honda says the new Civic will be arriving at US dealerships this summer.